Good morning, Scotland. Uh-oh, I don't want that. Hold on. Microphone problems. There we go. No more microphone problems. Good morning, Scotland. Good morning, social media land. I hope you're well, and welcome to Radio Apocalypse's Morning Coffee. Hold on. There we go. It was a late night last night, and I am still recovering from not getting to bed until God knows what time in the morning. So bear with me while I click the right photograph to have the right branding. Is that the right one? No, that's the nighttime one. And there we go. Happy days. Right. Good morning. I'm going to have to start doing the evening stream in the evening rather than in late at night. So it might have to be changing to, instead of the late at night show, the Mojax is finding it difficult in the morning to actually set up a morning stream at night from the morning the night before. See, my brain's not working. Good morning. How are you? Say hello this morning if you are in chat. I will be coming back to the screen to look at it. Let me ask first of all, can you hear me? Give me a little thumbs up if you can hear me. I'm going to do this most mornings because I tell you something, I don't want the sound of the dishwasher. I'm playing there just now. And let's make sure the kettle's boiled. Go way back through here while the kettle is boiling. And yes, hopefully you guys can hear me okay, and hopefully the message will get through okay. I'm saying that it's good. Last night was it was perfect noodle time. It really was. It was like my brain had noodled big time with the conspiracy theories that were flying around on the nighttime show. I had 3 panel guests. I had Angel, I had Cognac, and I had Steve-O as well. Steve was an old friend of mine that came on for the first time to give his opinion about the NHS stuff. And some of the stuff we talked about was completely outlandish, but that's the whole point. It was supposed to sort of inspire a bit of novelty to all and an undertone of what is actually going on in the world. And when we look at today's papers, all right, when we look at today's papers, it kind of throws some weight to the credibility of the whole thing, full stop, or the ineptitude of our government. I'd probably go with the ineptitude, to be perfectly honest. Good morning, Roberto. Thank you for joining us. It's good to have you. It's always good to have you. You're fast becoming a regular on the show. In fact, you are a regular on the show. And we still have plenty of people watching this back as a recorded element as opposed to a live element. But if you are coming on, if you do watch this live just now and you're on Facebook or YouTube, please give me a wee like, a wee subscribe. Facebook is about the follow. Right, so going to make porridge as per usual. Last night, let me just bring this up just now, I soaked the oats overnight in water, the way my grandma used to do it. So I've just had them draining for a wee while because I want to drain out most of the water beforehand. And what that does is it kind of makes them softer already. So you don't have to use as much milk if you want to use milk, or you can just boil them up from there. It also takes out a chemical which inhibits the digestion of certain fats. So this is actually the healthiest oats can actually get without adding fruit and stuff. I've taken out that chemical, and I'm also then going to use this milk. This milk is a powdered milk. All right, you can buy it in all the shops. It's called Nido. It has a lot less fat in it and a lot more protein in it. It's like adult baby milk. And those that work in the industry of supermarkets and stuff will know that a lot of Asian people come in and buy this. A lot of Eastern European people come in and buy this stuff. And you know something? It's the sort of thing you should, if you don't use it, you should be buying a tin of it a month to put in your zombie apocalypse cupboard, because it does not taste bad at all. People be like, ugh, powdered milk. But no, look, I've got a tin here. There you go. Today's coffee is sponsored by Nido and RAB. If you don't make coffee the RAB way, you're not making it properly. There we go. Hashtag make coffee like RAB. It's going to be a thing. All right, let's make coffee like RAB. Let's do it. Where's my big ass mug? One little mediocre mug. I want a proper happy mug. There we go. All right, that's the Mr. Happy mug. I've also got, I think it's, where is it? I've got a proper branded Mojax Happy Live mug from my old branding, but we'll do that another time. Okay, so to make coffee the RAB way, you take your milk, okay? You take your cup, you pour the milk into the cup, however much milk you want. Then you get the spoon, you get your coffee, you put however much coffee you want into the mug, and you stir. And you keep stirring until you no longer see the coffee granules at the bottom. Now, if it's a really good coffee, like Kenco Millicano, this isn't product placement, YouTube, all right? This is me farting about with stuff. It's not being sponsored or deliberate. So please, algorithm, do not do anything bad about it. The best thing to do is keep it stirring until you've basically got no more grains there. Unfortunately, Millicano actually needs water to get rid of some of the heftier grains. Then you get your hot water, and then you pour it all over the place so it burns you through your jammy bottoms because you were showing off. Ouch. Only joking, I wasn't that bad. So then wipe up the mess of the little spillage that you did do. Give it another stir. Now, if you're using full fat milk for that, what that does is the coffee kind of shields, the milk kind of shields the coffee from getting burnt. And I know that some people, like my good friend Barry, likes the taste of that burnt sort of taste of coffee. I personally don't. And I remember the day that RAB first made me a cup of coffee like this, and I was like, that tastes totally different. And it did. And I've never, you're talking, before that's over 15 years ago, I've been making coffee the RAB way, Hashtag make coffee the RAB way. Make coffee like RAB. I don't know what we're going to call it. You decide. Okay. Now look at this. Look at the oats. It's actually smoother, and because you've taken that little bit of that funny chemical in the oats out, that's going to digest more easily. It's going to prolong with the complex carbohydrates that it actually is. Okay, it's going to actually make it better for you. And there we go. Now let's see who else we got on. Barry's on. Yes. Other coffee brands are available. Yes, they are. That's very good. Very good indeed. And Jason is on Facebook Messenger just now. I can't speak Jason. You know, I cannot rappuccino. I like that idea. That is good. Rappuccino. We'll add that to the list of coffee hashtags about Rab. It's good, it's good, it's good. Okay, let's now get the oats out. And listen, I want to say a big thank you to Barry, who's in the chat just now, because he set up the Discord server yesterday for me, which I'm going to slowly build a community into of wonderful, crazy, artistically cruel people that can all work together and help each other out, doing incredibly wonderful, amazing stuff. How many adjectives can you put into one comment? I could probably do more if I really tried. But there you go. Not much golden syrup left in that one. Oh, you need more than that. I can't just have a teaspoon of this stuff. Oh, what? Good job I have another tin. Oh, that's better. Oh, yes. And let's throw that right under there. I'll mix into the hot oats. And then we'll take that through, then we'll go and do the weather. The weather. The weather. Sticky fingers. Sticky fingers. Sticky fingers. Okay, so we have somebody else joining us now. So who do we have? We have Barry, we have Roberto, and that might be Jason there, or it could be Rab himself. I don't know. It could be anybody. Say hello in Facebook land, please. Say hello while I go and do the weather. I'd love to know who is actually watching us in Facebook land. I know that Barry and Roberto are in the YouTube, the Kingdom of the Tube. But in Facebook land, let's have a wee note. Let's go and do the weather first, though, and we will check. Who's that? Good morning. You had. Have you done a poo? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That stinks. Woo! Might just be a baby fart. Let's just go to the weather. Oh, the weather window. Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna have to make a jingle for the weather. Right, the weather today. Look at the sky. Well, it's quite overcast. Yes, there's a wee patch of blue sky over there. Is there blue sky over there? Not much. It's pretty overcast. Look at the bushes. It's not that windy. Look at the trees. It's not. That tree's blowing a little bit further up. Can we zoom in on that? Yes. Wow, we can zoom. Okay, great. So yeah, that tree's bellowing a little bit, but not anything too crazy. And Roddick has come down to look out the window as well. We will not do a Michael Jackson with my child out the window though. And the seagull is flying happily. So the weather seems to be a bit chilly, but all right, it's not too bad. It's worthwhile maybe going for your exercise walkie walk while it's dry. It looks like it may rain, but that's pure speculation. Please, please. Roddick. Roddick. I'll leave him to it. He's fine. He's a good boy. He is a good boy. Right. This is where, by the magic of internet stuff, we will try. Oh, what happened there? Right. Okay. Okay. Something didn't work there. Hello. 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 Hang on. Hang on. Can you hear me through that one? Hold on. Let me mute this mic and add that to the stream. And then we need to go like that. We seem to be working. Let's mute that one. Can you still hear me? Facebook Live. Look, there's two of me. There's two of me in the stream because I'm about to switch cameras. And so let's say goodbye on this camera. That's weird because it's totally out of sync. Oh, that's trippy. Trippy, 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 trippy. Okay, let's go. Let's take you out of the stream. Can you still hear me? I hope you can. It appears so. Good. Right. Goodbye, other Mojax on that camera. And we are now in the studio instead of mobile cam. Let's push that back a bit and bring. Don't want the microphone getting sticky from syrup clad porridge. Hold on. We don't want that happening either. There we go. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Ah, microphone in the porridge. Right. Okay. I'm sitting down now. I need a mouthful of Rabbuccino. That's what we're going to call the coffee. But the hashtag for making coffee like Rab, it has to be make it like Rab or make coffee like Rab or something like that, which is the way to do it. So how are we all? We're now sitting down happily. We have a couple of people in Facebook land and a couple of people in YouTube land, and we're about to go through the papers, but I truly wanted to say good morning to you all and a big thank you to all those wonderful key workers throughout the world that are doing amazing things to keep us going. I think it's very important that, we don't want to do that. Are we still there? Yep, good. Right, we don't want to be having, yeah, good, thank you, Barry. We don't want to take them for granted. We want to, hold on. We have Jason trying to speak to us through this. And Jason, how are you? We're live. Hold on. What? It's there. It's should be on Facebook or on YouTube. Well, you need to go to the Mojax Happy Facebook, not the real one. Okay. Cool. Bye bye. That's cool. Jason will be joining us in a second, which is good. Last night was a late one. We finished the stream at about 1:30, 1:45. We did a special last night on conspiracy theories, all surrounding the conspiracy theories surrounding COVID-19. It was quite interesting. There's a lot of wacky conspiracy theories. There's a lot of colourful things that myself and the panel said, but they're only theories, and some of them are they hold credibility, some of them don't. And from my point of view, until it's proven otherwise, you could say that Mickey Mouse was the first thing on the moon. You wanted to. Not that I would, personally. So it was an hour and a half long stream, bit of a longer one last night, and then I jumped across to my brother's Discord to go and have a good chat with the team across there, and ended up speaking till about 4 o'clock this morning. So Mojax Happy is very tired. And that's how it happens. That's what you do. Okay, let us go and have a quick look at the papers. We will have there's one particular headline that we will look at particular, which I think is quite funny. But there is a theme today, a recurring theme through them, like there really is. You wouldn't think that. You would think that maybe they were all independent newspapers, but perhaps not. And this is a great one to start with. Okay. Bernie is to be a dad again at 89. Yeah, dirty boy. It's amazing that, well, I suppose that's the benefits of Viagra and half a healthy lifestyle. Keeps it going. He's a fertile man. Why not? 89 years old, though. I mean, wow. Right. The theme today in the papers is quite straightforward. It's... we admit that we're pretty crappy at doing the correct thing for the country regarding testing. It says Health Secretary comes back fighting with a bold new plan. Good morning, Jason. How are you? Good to have you here. Virus pledge to test 100,000 a day. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all, because a week ago they were saying we're going to test all the frontline people, and a couple of days later it was like nobody had been tested. In the virus testing facilities, virus testing tests that we had here in Scotland have been requisitioned by Westminster's procurement department instead of us being able to keep them and use them ourselves. I think that's got a lot to do with that we would actually go out and use them in Scotland rather than sort of like talk about using them. And if we were to go out and test, say, 5% of the population the same way as Iceland has, this was one of the non-conspiracy theories, but a fact. Last night we talked about this, is that Iceland, they, wait for it, tested 5% of their population, okay? And it came back, they took the whole pool of people that tested positive for COVID. So let's just say you've got 100% of people that are infected with COVID-19. Right, you've got 100% of them there, 100 people. 50% of them were not displaying symptoms. Think about that for a second. 50% of people that tested positive for COVID-19 did not present any symptoms. What does that mean for statistics? It means that if they're working on 100 people with a 3% mortality rate, 3 people would be dead, but those 100 people are 100 people displaying symptoms. And if that was 50%, if we go by 50%, if that's 50% of the actual percentage of the population, 50% of the actual amount of people with COVID-19, that means that there's technically 200 people that should be collectively counted in the set of stats that I'm talking about here. So that means that if you take 3% of 200, that's 1.5 people that are dying, which is dramatically less. It's still tragic, and I would love to see what half a dead person looks like. That's kind of me this morning with my brain. But it means that it's not as high a mortality rate as we actually think. It means that the government has screwed up with the statistics, and the sensationalism in the newspapers is uncalled for. And perhaps maybe we could have all been at work. However, we have to take it seriously. It is, people are dying. People are beginning to overwhelm the NHS with things and stuff. So let's just do the right thing and stay indoors and wash our hands. Let's go back to the papers, shall we? Okay, so a virus pledge to test 100,000 a day. Do we believe that? Let's have a quick question to the panel. We don't have a panel tonight. I see, my brain's dead. Let's have a quick question out to everybody watching in social media land. Do we believe that our wonderfully reliable government will do 100,000 tests a day? Do you believe that? Do you? I don't believe it. I truly don't believe it at all. Hold on. 1 second. Just had to clear my throat. That's better. I sound less husky now and more Alsatian, which is good. Right. I don't believe that they're going to manage to do that at all. Let's face it, they are not reliable. The one thing that I will say, I saw this on Sky News last night, it's this little bit down here, is £13.4 billion. Let me bring up the bigger screen so you can see that. Down here, 13.4 billion NHS debt written off. So they found a magic money tree and they managed to reduce the debt the NHS has. The Conservative Party is turning totally left-wing with socialist views. Wow, man. Amazing. Let's move on. The Times. Dun, 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 dun. What they? 100,000 virus tests a day. And then this triggered me last night. Okay, this really upset me. All these celebrities going, hey, thanks NHS. Look at those. I want to start swearing, but it's a morning show. It was like before the show last night. I'm sitting having a cup of coffee, watching the news, see if there's any headlines to bring up, and these very same faces were on Sky News with their hashtag thank you NHS, hashtag our NHS people, hashtag I'm a celebrity twat, jumping on the bandwagon thinking that I'm making a friggin' difference. No, you triggered me. You should not be doing that, okay? It's about ordinary people. Triggered again. Totally triggered again. Oh, celebrities. Celebrities, you annoy me just now. Then all their little vloggy, bloggy nonsense things in their houses going, look at me, poor me living in my massive apartment in Manhattan with like great deliveries of food. Oh, I've only got like 2 bottles of champagne left. What am I going to do? Celebrities. I think I'm going to do a massive Mickey take of celebrities as a little vlog. I think we should all do that. Hey, hashtag celebrities are tossers during COVID.com. It just triggered me completely. Wow, Wimbledon nets 100 million cancellation payout. I hope that's insurance and not the government. You know, that's crazy. The Telegraph. Oh, look, 100,000 tests a day promised as ministers seek to end lockdown. It's not going to happen. Lockdown will continue. It will happen whether we like it or not right now. Look at Boris. Oh, he doesn't look too well, but he has a little bit of makeup on to make him look less pale. And he's clapping his hands like a friggin' clockwork monkey. Hey, Boris. Oh man, this guy just. I'm surprised he's not done a friggin' celebrity thing from his house. God. Triggered. Mojax is triggered and angry at celebrities. Need to calm down. We can do it. Right, so let us go and have a quick look at the comments just now. Yeah, I agree, Barry. There's no way they're going to get 100,000 done a day at all. Jason, as I think it's a huge spin, but they don't want to lose the comfortable seat of power. Yes, it's all about power and not so much about money, because money is a fiction anyway. It would not surprise me if it helped to grow this money tree, right? Good. And Edinburgh Fringe is also cancelled. Yes, that's kind of a heartbreaking thing. Give Bojo a fez and cymbals. I think that I'm going to capture that picture and do that and make a gif out of it, with Bojo being a clockwork monkey. I think that's probably the best thing ever. Let's carry on with the papers. Right, there we go. Get this paper on your screen again. A digital mail. No, thank you. Don't fail this test, Minister. Dun dun dun. Humbled into action. Health Secretary promises 100,000 virus tests a day by May. Well, Teresa's going to come back and do some tests for us. That's nice of her. Fine words, but the mail warns. Don't fail this test, Minister. Don't fail this test, Minister. You've already failed it, mate. You have already failed that test. Nah. I'm going to say it again. Nah. I am highly triggered this morning after the bombshell to me that is the testing done in. Let's actually. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link for it into the chat, and I want you all to look at this, because this is not conspiracy theory. Okay, hold on. Iceland tests. No, we don't want Iceland delivery. Thank you for coronavirus. And we'll go to this is a CNN one, and it's going to be one of these links here. Come on. Let me copy and just make sure that's the right one. Okay, copy. Back to the chat, stick this thing in here, and boom. Right, see the link that I've just put into the chat for you all. Okay, this is worth a read, okay, because Iceland did a whole bunch of tests, on 5% of their population. Okay, and it turns out that all the people that were tested, okay, that tested positive, you took 100 of them, and 50% of them were not showing symptoms. That means all our statistics are skewed, and you could be walking around with it, self-isolating, and actually have it and not know it. You could have already had it and have immunity. We could all be back at a normal lifestyle, which triggers me more to think, what is actually going on? Okay, that is not conspiracy theory, that link, that is conspiracy fact. There is something that is going on. Right, we have a few people watching us just now on Facebook. I know who's watching us in YouTube land. We have Robert, and we have Barry, and we have somebody else in YouTube land. Whoever else is in YouTube land, say good morning, please. I would love to speak to you. But let's go back to the papers. Look, Bernie as well. Holy crap, is that Bernie's lady? Or is that Bernie's daughter? I don't know. She's like 12 feet taller than the wee man. Crazy. Okay, the Mirror. Yeah, coronavirus crisis, but our poor Eddie. Oh, such a shame. Eddie Large, God rest his soul. You know, I remember watching them in the 70s and the early 80s. They were great fun to watch. You know, bless him. Showbiz mourns little and large legend who has died at the age of 78. Yeah, you had a good innings though, mate. 78's a nice age. You could have lived another 10, 15 years though. You know, bless him. God rest your soul, Eddie, and all my love to your family, and all prayers to you as well. We shame. Right. Okay. Heroes face test wait. NHS promises 100 vaccines. It's this theme again. Hancock calls on drug firms to help and demands Premier stars take pay cuts. Is that Premier stars? What? Prem stars? Eh? Somebody shed some light on that for me. I'm not waiting around. It's the friggin' Mirror. It's just a paper. Guardian. Number 10 admits mistakes over testing as it sets new target. They missed a word in that today. It should say number 10 admits mistakes over testing as it sets new unrealistic target. You know? Wow. Coronavirus cases pass 1 million worldwide. Okay, that means potentially, if you go by the statistics, that's them counting the people that they know are infected that are displaying symptoms. So if we go by the formula that Iceland has, it means that the cases have passed actually 2 million because 1 million people won't be showing symptoms. That's crazy. Crazy. Yes, we know number 10, as this is now the second or third time they've missed, they've admitted something that's wrong. You know, first of all, the most incredible thing they've now probably admitted is that Boris Johnson is a garbage leader. And we've discovered that. Hold on, is this the one that we want? Ah, yes, this is great. Okay, now, the Sun, all right, we're not going to show the headline just yet, but let's just say the UK test site is standing empty. Okay, this one, it was on the papers yesterday. I think it's just a stock photo now. This UK site is sitting empty, so nobody is getting tested, and we are sending swabs to Germany. Okay, so this is the Sun. Okay, let's think, what would the headline be for that? We're sending swabs to Germany, all right, and it's the Sun. And this is lying empty. I'm not going to keep you around too long to think about that, okay? But let's have a look. This is a tremendous thing. What is it? Remember, we're going to Germany, okay? It is from bad to worst. Words escape me. They just escape me. Wow. It's a classic Sun headline. Okay, we're sending swabs to Germany. The situation has gone from bad to worst. Yes, that's great. Metro, We love you all. Yesterday was the 8 o'clock clapathon for the NHS. The guys are heroes. They're doing amazingly well. But we have a positive and negative sandwich here going on. Oh, a nice little praise sandwich. We love you all. UK death toll racing ahead. Bum, 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 bum. Rate now worse here than in Spain at the same time. Rise of 569 dead in 24 hours takes our total to 2,921. 100,000 tests. See, when this is all over, there has to be a reckoning. I will build happily a guillotine in my back garden and we can go medieval French on their butts. Okay, seriously, because something needs to change. Something needs to change. Worst things ahead. Thank you, Jason. That was a terrible pun. And Barry, if you're still watching, you are the king of puns. Barry said yesterday on the phone when I was speaking to him, setting up the old Discord server, he said a couple of puns. I gave him the chuckle, and then he says, look, I used to think of, I couldn't get any fishing puns or fish puns put together. So if you come across any fish puns, please let me know. Hold on, you can't hear me because the microphone's over there. Barry, your puns are terrible, but they still make me laugh. Terrible, 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 terrible. When this is all over, says Jason, it's time to call the Hague. We can't call the Hague because we're not going to be part of the European Union anymore. I know it's at the International Criminal Court. I think we're coming out of that particular treaty as well. You know, we're just going to be sending kids up the chimneys again to do stuff. Shocking. Is that the last of the papers? No, Financial Times. Jobless claims surge in Europe and US global economy stalls. And we've got nice graphs for people that like graphs to talk about them. And the Daily Star, Corona victims, Eddie's tragic end. Star dies alone, bless him, after catching the bug in hospital. And that is the papers for today, which is great. And we will have a quick look. Oh, that's just the mini tripod coming off. We will have a look at a poem from, let's have a quick look in my noties. Let's find a nice poem. Yesterday we did a couple of poems. One of them was about Kaylee and poetry. Good, right, nice one. We've done that one. That's a love poem. Do we want to do a love poem today? No, I think there's too many lads in here today. Is there any ladies watching just now? I don't think so. Just my boys. Boys. Nope. The depth of my trust. What's that one? No. These ones are too deeply personal. The crow's nest. Yes. Right, yes. Okay, let me just clear my throat 1 second, please. Yes, throat is clear. Coffee is down the throat. Right, so we will do the crow's nest. The crow's nest is basically a poem, and it has a little allegory to it, being able to see a bit further across the horizon when you're looking at things. So the crow's nest. Full round moon upon a calm sea, a crow's nest view only I can see. The still of the stars that fill the sky, a vision for miles, just for my eye. A distant ship on horizon's edge, a wave and a smile I do pledge, to always watch that true North Star, and always wait, no matter how far. It's another one of my poems that I wrote to my lady wife while we were apart in the first sort of like year and a half, 2 years of our relationship. She was in Russia and I was across here in Scotland. I've got another one called Silent Wisdom. This is like I experimented in 1-word stanzas or 2-word stanzas. I'm trying to minimize the amount of space and creating a poem that had virtually as minimal amount of words as I possibly could. And this one's called Silent Wisdom. Stones, moss covered, ancient, wisdom filled, touched by infinite water and chilled. Not moving, just collecting experiences, their mind, always still but watching, forever they find. Everyone that touches them leaves a little of their soul. They don't judge, they just are. Always being is their goal. My God, that's quite deep. When I actually say it out loud. Wow. Right, so I read poetry every morning because the poems that I'm reading to you just now are the poems that are going to go into a second book. Do you know what the least spoken language is in the world, Barry says? Sign language? Is it? You're going to do a pun again, I know it is. Something's coming in here. It's a Barryism. Hashtag Barryism. That's going to be a thing too. Coffee with Rab while listening to Barryisms. Yep, we like that, Mr. Smith. You tell us the one. Sign language. Yes, sign language. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cool. Yeah, so I wrote a book of poems. It's available on Amazon for £2.29. It's a digital download. It's not properly formatted because of the software glitch not liking anything that is not Microsoft. So I'm keeping it as a poorly formatted poetry book on Amazon because it was my first one. It's a bit of an endearment thing for me, and I will keep it on there like that. The poems in it, I don't expect any poems to change your life if you went out and bought it on Kindle or anything like that. I don't expect it to think, wow, what an amazing writer. It was done as a milestone in my journey for creativity. This one has got a little bit more poems that contain a bit more allegory. First book's called 20 because it's 20 poems. The second book also contains 20 poems, but it's going to be called, wait for it, 22. Yes, 22. And I'm also working on a third one based in the COVID world, poems about all the sort of situations that we're currently facing. And that's going to be 20 poems as well, but I've not got it. I was going to call it Destruction, the book. That's just a working title in my head, but it's not going to be the full case. So when we have now done 8 poems in total. When we get to 20 poems read, I'll have the book ready to push the publish button for book 2, and I will publish it on a live stream just by clicking publish. It takes about an hour for it to actually become available. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It's another milestone for me. And then hopefully within 2 or 3 days after that, we'll have the third book all about poetry and poems in the COVID world. Listen, guys, I really appreciate your time when you come along and join me for morning coffee here. And we will be back tonight at about midnight if I'm still awake, which I think I will be. Whoa. And we will do that I'm thinking about changing the time to an earlier time, maybe between 10 and 11 or between 9 and 10 to do that show then, simply because midnight is becoming a 3 o'clock in the morning finish for me. And this old man really needs his beauty sleep. I mean, look at me. If I had more sleep, I'd be looking much better, let's face it. Okay, so listen, thank you. Let's have a quick look at the comments before we go. There's Barry's wonderful joke there about sign language. And thank you, Jason, the Poet Laureate for Scotland has spoken. Thank you so much That's a great compliment. I think there's better poets than me, though. I just do it for fun and expression of my true feelings. But thank you. Again, thank you for taking the time, ladies and gentlemen, for watching us. I would be great if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell. It just turns heads in YouTube's offices towards tiny, tiny, tiny little streamers like me. And then also, if you did a wee follow on Facebook for the Mojax Happy page, that kind of also helps as well. It truly does. Yes, I do broadcast at weekends as well, Roberto. I sometimes take Sunday morning off because it's only by the time I prepare a stream and set it all up, it takes about 20 minutes, half an hour to prepare it. For the evening ones, I kind of research over an hour and a half sometimes. So it's not like a full-time job yet. It doesn't pay anything. This is done for the love of it all. But it'd be great one day to have enough to fulfill the reasons, the boxes, sorry, that YouTube will then pay me the little bits of money for having the right amount of subscribers. You need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours viewed. I'm going to go and look at my analytics after this, like I usually do anyway, and see what has come up for yesterday's streams, how many people have watched. Like I say, I get more views coming back than I do going in, and then I need to optimize the past 2 days worth of content as well. I will be embarking on a whole new thing other than live streaming, which will hopefully boost the amount of people coming into my YouTube and Facebook accounts for it all. I am going to, because I'm off work just now, I'm in the house, I'm isolated, not allowed out to play at all. I have the perfect opportunity to experiment with exercise and with food. And there's a great chap that's a friend of my brother's and myself called Leo. Leo is a fitness instructor. He has a body like a Spartan soldier. It's ridiculous. Okay, now I'm not aiming to look like him. Yeah, I could start a Patreon account. That's a great idea. I need to create unique content just for that. Maybe what I'll do is I will upload the videos for what I'm about to embark on after the weekend into the Patreon account first. That's might be the thing to do. I think that's a good idea. So what I'm about to do is, Leo is incredibly fit. Like I say, he is like an inverted triangle of a Spartan warrior's physique. I'm not aiming to be a Spartan warrior. I am aiming to utilize my time here to be a bit more healthy, because I'm not walking around work anymore. I'm not going for walks or cycling or exercising as such. So the plan is, would you believe, I am going to experiment in becoming a vegan for a month. Yes, some people will be going, no, don't do it. No, it's for a month, okay? I think that it's something that I want to try. Whether I maintain it, I don't know, okay? But I've got the willpower to try it for a month. And to be perfectly honest, let's look at how I eat food just now. I have porridge in the morning with milk, all right? I just changed that to soya milk, vegan. I have soup at lunchtime, homemade soup. Change the stock to vegetable stock, vegan. 66% of my meals are vegan already. So to take meat out of, or take animal fats out of the evening meal for me, animal products, is not going to be a difficult thing to do. Last night I made a green lentil dal and had that with sausages. Eliminate the sausages. I've got a nice filling, very, very high protein meal sitting there. So when I say that I'm going to try a vegan diet, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be a complete vegan as such, as in not wearing leather shoes or anything like that. It's purely going to be what I eat. I'm not going to become oh my God, you're wearing a leather jacket. Do you know how bad that is? Oh my God, everybody else is eating meat and the world's going to die because, cows are farting and stuff. It's crazy. So that's what it is. It's going to be non-animal products for a month, and Leo is putting together a little fitness program and the specifics to eat at what time of day for me, and I will be getting that over the weekend, and I'll be starting that Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to prepare the intros and outros for that, and we might add a little bit of that into the morning stream as well. But I will be getting up in the morning, doing the exercise regime. Yes, Jason, you are what you eat. Meow. That's me. Okay. So let's just think about being a vegan, and I'm going to do a little 5-minute vlog every single day. Just to stop in. I'm going to get Leo to pop in, and we might even have a special live show with Leo where he talks about, you know, what it's like to do it long term and the health benefits of it all. He's some boy. He's a very good lad. Okay, so I've rambled on a little bit longer, about 5 minutes longer than I would do. Thank you again very much for you all stopping in and having breakfast with me. Like I say, please take the time to follow me on my social networks. And I hope to see you all tonight, around about midnight. I'm not changing the times just yet. I don't even know what I'm going to do for the show. My brain's mince. And yeah, look after yourselves, be safe, and thanks for watching.